Hey, happy Saturday. This is Jason Shea, founder and CEO of SellerFuel. This is another week of our SellerFuel Saturday morning coffee social. So this is an event I want to start every single Saturday. Of course, the idea behind this event is to have a hybrid of both online and in-person social networking event every single week on the Saturday morning because this is the best time that work with my current schedule. Um, Three of my kids are actually going to a Japanese school right now. So I have maybe an hour to an hour and a half while they are in the Japanese school before I need to go pick up my kids again to run this social event. So for those of you that's watching and want to participate, there is a link that in the description, which I'm also going to post in the chat right now, that you can use to join me in this live stream room. So we can do a social virtual networking event together. So I don't know who's watching right now. Please let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm broadcasting this stream right now from a coffee shop here in Phoenix, Arizona. And again, I will be here every single morning. I mean, every single Saturday morning. Let me correct myself and do this event for maybe an hour each week. And hopefully, we have more people show up as we start this event on a consistent basis. And the idea of the event it's just a social networking event where we get to share each other's stories, introduce each other, and also share strategy, share what's working and not working. So let me go to Facebook right now and make sure I need to make sure we have the link. Let me see what's the best way to share this. Um, Give me a second here. I'm trying to figure out the best way to share this link in the chat. But again, the idea is so we can have a weekly social networking event once a week on Saturday morning. I don't know whether or not this is the best time for everyone in the group or on the call. Um, but we need to start out somewhere, right? So I'm just going to start I'm just going to be here every single Saturday morning and see how many people show up. If no one show up, I'll just be talking to myself, which is fine. It's kind of awkward, but I guess it's fine for now. Um, so let me go to the Facebook page right now and see if there's anyone want to join us this Saturday morning for our social event. So, and again, if you want to join me live right now, there is we put the join link on Facebook, and let me put a link here. We put a link here on the chat for Facebook and also for YouTube and also for let's see what the channel are we on all the other channels that we're currently broadcasting. So again, this is just a social networking event I want to put together, and hopefully we can have a few people that come up. Actually, let me message some of my friends see if we I can get some people to show up. So otherwise, it's kind of awesome. But I know maybe Saturday morning is not always the best time. Uh, I mean, okay, let me also call a few of my friends here and see if I can find a few people to join me. Uh, Okay, so of course, okay, sweet. So, and let me see. I'll be right back. Grab the back. Uh, Thank you. Okay, okay. No one is joining the live stream right now. I see there was one person jumping up earlier. Let's see if I can get anyone. If this is not a good time, maybe I need to reconsider a different time to do this social networking event. Um, mhm, change this. Okay. Okay. Hey. So turn on the chat there, and maybe I need to create some more events notice next week so people know there's actually an event that we're doing. And let me also post it on Meetup maybe. Okay, I see there's one people watching the live stream. Can you please let me know where you're tuning in from? I'm joining from Phoenix, Arizona. Whoever is watching me live, I don't know who this person is because I couldn't see your name. Can you please put it in the comment where you're tuning in from, where you're watching it from? And I would love for you to join the chat room if you want to be uh, part of our discussion this morning. So let's see. Okay, the person just left. So let's see. Okay, if we couldn't find anyone, maybe I just need to share some of the progress that we're making on with my business, I guess. So the latest progress that we're really working on is I'm trying to get into retail store for my e-commerce brand this year. So that's why I just got back from Toy Fest last couple of days ago. Let me share my screen. I'll explain what Toy Fest is, and we can go from there, I guess. So this is Toy Fest. Toy Fest is one of the biggest toys trade show in on the West Coast. There's several different other toy trade show across the United States, of course. That will be also attending to. This is just the one I just went to a couple of days ago in Vegas, and what I find out is apparently, of course, I have no brick and mortar experience yet with my brand. So we're trying to get into brick and mortar store this year. Actually, I was able to meet a local toy store owners, his and his business partner yesterday. We're negotiating the term right now, trying to get my product into his store. So that's one of the big project I'll be working on for my own e-commerce brand this year is to besides the online retail, besides selling on Amazon and our own Shopify store, we also want to start selling in brick and mortar store across the United States. Of course, going to start out small, starting out getting kind of the product into some local toy store first. Then eventually we can branch out to one more retail store across the United States and also trying to talk to different sales rep group that can potentially representing us to negotiate with different toy store companies and try to get our products product offering into the different retail locations. So this is a very interesting trade show that I went to, and also learned a lot in the trade show. There was a lot of manufacturers, there's a lot of toy store owners, buyers, and this is all the brand that was participating in the during the show. And I think the show was hosted at in the Las Vegas. I forgot the name for the building, but it was a very interesting locations. And they have in the building they also have a showroom right next to the conference. They have showrooms where you can actually see a lot of the product in person and touch and use and try a lot of the product. So that was a very interesting experience for me as well. And besides the toy shows I'll be going to this year, I'm always also going to Seven Figures Seller Japan Mastermind next month. So for my brand, I'm really considering selling into Japan marketplace this year. So and what I'm trying to do is figure out the logistic, figure out what I need to know to sell in Japan. As you can see here on the slide, Japan is actually, let me hide this thing over here, but Japan actually revenue-wise is number four biggest Amazon marketplace right now. As you can see, United States is the majority of the pie, followed by Germany, followed by UK, followed by Japan. However, Japan's for Amazon present in Japan, um, the biggest e-commerce giant in Japan is still Rakuten, which is a different e-commerce company in Japan. But Amazon is really trying to compete against them in the Japanese e-commerce landscape. And if Amazon will be able to be successful competing against and taking away market share from other e-commerce platform in Japan, Japan had potential to take over either the third or the second position as being one of the largest marketplace in all the different marketplaces that Amazon currently is selling in, or different countries that currently is selling in. So so a lot of people doesn't know that Japan is the fourth largest Amazon marketplace in the world, and virtually no one is talking about selling in Japan because it's such a it's an interesting country because Japan, as you know, it's a different language. It's a little bit harder for people that's not familiar with like Japanese and the Asian culture and the Japanese culture to get into Japan. But um, compared to other countries, Japan has the eighth most seller according to recent study. This means there is a huge opportunity because it's a big market with little competition. And there's also a lot of reasons why you should start selling in Japan right now if you are not selling already. Number one, Japan is fourth biggest Amazon marketplace, and it also have third largest GDP in the world, population of 126 million, which is double the population of UK. Amazon.co.japan is also number one e-commerce site in Japan with revenues of US $13 billion in 2021. And the e-commerce penetration rate is 74%, which is 93 million online shoppers in Japan. And e-commerce is forecast to grow at an annual rate of 6% in Japan. And for the same amount of effort that you apply to sell in UK or Germany, and you'll make a lot more money in Japan because first of all, in Europe, VAT regulation, packaging requirement are a nightmare to deal with. I looked into this many few years ago when I was considering selling into European markets for my own brand, but I decided not to proceed because of all the legal issues, legal mumbles, regulations, and all that stuff that make it so much harder to do business in European market. The VAT alone is a huge pain in the butt to try to get it figured out. And also in Japan, the tax are generally lower, and there's fewer regulations and fewer packaging requirements. As long as you know how to sell in Japan and have the right partner in place, the effort will be lower and the ROI will be higher selling in Japan than most other countries. So of course, there's a case study on the website. You can check it out. And there's also less competition on service. It's also weaker competition in Amazon Japan compared to other marketplaces. So this is a chart showing the active Amazon marketplace seller. As you can see, United States have over 1.1 million sellers in the Amazon marketplace. Follow closely by United Kingdom with 281,000 sellers. Germany have 244,000 sellers. Italy have 216,000 sellers, whereas Japan, as you can see, is way down here, only have 173,000 sellers, active sellers in Amazon, based on the study that was done in 2019. I don't know what is the latest number now. And the number 4 reason is you need way fewer reviews to compete in Japan. If you have a listing with 1,500 or even 100 reviews in the US and you sell that in Japan, you'll probably get a lot more. You probably have 10 times more review than everyone else, because most of the people in Japan doesn't have that much review yet. So if you use the international listing, like the global listing inside the Amazon platform, you can showcase your review in the US marketplaces to the Japanese buyer as well, which means you can have higher conversion rate and potentially lower PPC costs. So talking about lower PPC costs, there's another case study that was done in the Japanese marketplace as far as the cost per click in Japan market. The average cost per click in Japan, Amazon Japan, is as low as only 29 cents per click, which is really, really cheap compared. For those of you that run a lot of PPC on Amazon US, you know you cannot get any click nowadays with only 29 cents. It's really, really hard. And a couple other reasons is you don't need to know Japanese to sell in Japan. Fortunately for me, I do speak Japanese. I used to live in Japan for 5 years. My wife is Japanese. I go back to Japan every single year. So it's kind of a no-brainer for me to sell in Japan because I know the country so well. So, and also, we also have a lower shipping cost and faster shipping time from China factory back to Japan. It takes much shorter because from Shanghai to Los Angeles usually take about 30 to 45 days, while you only take 7 to 10 days from Shanghai to Tokyo. And you don't really need to register a company in Japan or be based in Japan to sell in Japan. You do need, however, a Japanese import of record to legally import into Japan. And you also need to make sure your product is complying to the Japanese law and regulations. And this is all the things that we'll be teaching you to do in the Japan Mastermind. And you also don't need VAT or GST registration in Japan. So that's a unique. And for the last but not least, the final reason, there are unique marketing channels that you can use to build an audience and make a lot of sales at low cost. So, but many people are really intimidated by Japan because it's such a different countries. But for those of you who really want to take on the challenge and learn more about how to sell in Japan, I would love to see you in this upcoming mastermind in Tokyo, Japan, in April 4th to April 5th. I already bought my ticket. I already bought the event ticket. I already bought the flight ticket. I'm just trying to figure out the hotels right now. But I would love to see you there in person, and I would love for you to join me in Japan as well. And for those of you that's watching me live right now, please let me know. Are you thinking about selling in Japan? Are you thinking about expanding into brick and mortar store? And also, if you want to join me for my Saturday morning talk, Saturday morning chat, please comment in the live stream below and let me know if you want to join me in the live stream, so we can kind of get to know each other and share insight and share knowledges about what we are doing in the e-commerce space. And also, I would love to connect with other fellow e-commerce entrepreneurs if there's other people that would like to join me. So let's see what time is it right now. Okay, it's 9:39. So I think I will end the live stream a little bit earlier this week, and hopefully we'll have more people that's interested to jump on the live stream next week. Or for the one person that's currently watching, comment below and let me know if you want to jump on into a chat room with me and just get to know each other and share different things that's going on. So, but if not, that's totally okay. And oh, I see there's another person joined. So again, my name is Jason Shea. I'm just doing my weekly Seller Fuel Saturday morning coffee socials. This is a very casual format where I'm just sharing what's going on with my business, sharing what's going on in my world of being an e-commerce entrepreneur. So for those of you that want to join me, either in person or live, please, for those of you who want to join me virtually, please use the link, which I'm going to share again. Um, please use the link to join the live chat room so we can be chatting together. Again, this is just a very casual social event. So if you want to join, please use the link to join. If you don't, you just want to watch me talk by myself, that's fine as well. But I would love to have someone that I can actually talk to, because this is a Saturday morning coffee social, not a Saturday morning solo, if you know what I mean. So I see there's 3 people watching live right now. So for those of you that's watching live, please comment and let me know where are you tuning in from, why are you watching the live stream, and what what is your expectations, or even if you need to ask me a question personally, anything related to e-commerce, I would love to help you out. Because I have a lot of experience building up different e-commerce brands over the last 6 years. Currently, I own and manage over 10 different e-commerce brands with my teams right now. So I'd love for you to join and ask questions so we can get to know each other. If not, it's okay. I will be back again next week. Hopefully, this time we'll be a little bit more prepared by broadcasting and sharing some of the messages and sharing the event a little bit more earlier. I think my social media manager kind of messed up and didn't set up the event correctly. So I need to talk to you and update the event, make sure you set up correctly so everyone can join this room instead for our next Saturday's morning social event. So I guess that's it, and I'll be. Oh, no, that's not a person that just joined. So please, please comment if you're watching in live. Please comment and let me know if this is a good time for you to be participating in our Saturday Seller Fuel Saturday coffee social. So if you want to join me in this room right now that I'm speaking from, please click on the link in the chat, and so you can join the room, and we can get to know each other, or you can ask me any question that you want regarding about e-commerce or building business, building teams, EOS, entrepreneur operating system, anything you want, pretty much. So I would love to see anyone, but again, if not, I'm just going to wrap it up in a few minutes here, so I can be working on other stuff. So, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week, I guess. And hopefully we have some people that really want to come that can really join us in the social event. But thank you so much, and oh, I see one. Hey, so hey, they say, hey, Jason, I'm from Boston. I'm totally new to FBA. Cannot join today. We look forward to join next Saturday morning. Okay, no problem, no problem. Please come back next Saturday morning. I'd love to see you, and feel free to ask any question you have about Amazon FBA, e-commerce, or Shopify, digital marketing, pretty much anything, because I've done it. So yeah, I'd love to see you again next Saturday morning. Again, I'm trying to do it once a week on the Saturday morning around this time, because this is the only time that works for me right now. But I would love to see you, and please also make sure you can send. If you're not part of our Facebook group yet, please feel free to join our free Facebook group. It's called Seller Fuel Tribe, where we do free trainings, free webinars, and also have free networking event like the one I'm trying to do right now. So I'm going to post my link to the Facebook group, and you can feel free to join as well. And you can feel free to ask any question that you have regarding about e-commerce in the Facebook group, and that's the reason why we started the Facebook group. So I would love to see you there in the Facebook group as well, and if you can join us next Saturday, I would love to see you here in the live chatting almost alongside me as well. Thank you so much for participating this week, and I will see you again uh, next week, I guess. I still have 16 minutes. So let me see if anyone I want to join me for the remaining 60 minutes because I think maybe we just want to keep it consistent. So we always start around the same time and end at the same time. But and just another plug. Yesterday I did a whole panel discussion about the struggling of starting a business and how to recruit and hire the right kind of people for your business and how do you scale a team as well. So please watch the replays either on YouTube or on Facebook. If you haven't watched our panel discussion yesterday about hiring, about companies recruitment process, it was a very, very meaningful panel discussion with myself, my social media manager, my HR manager, and also one of my good friend Keith. He also owns multiple different e-commerce brands and he's also a seven-figure e-commerce entrepreneur. Each of us were just sharing our experiences and sharing our knowledge, sharing about um, the way we approach about hiring and recruiting different people. Currently, for my organization, we have 13 people that's working in my organization, but we're hiring 7 people this month as we are speaking right now. So we're doing a lot of hiring, we're doing a lot of recruiting, interviews, and trying to make sure we can attract the perfect candidate and the perfect team members to join our organization that can be aligned with what we do here at SellerFuel and Lucky Kid, which is one of my main brands here. And if you are interested to start looking into the hiring process, start into looking into building up your team, please watch the replays of this panel discussion that we had yesterday, which I will also share a link here in the chat so you can watch the panel discussion replay. Let me find it actually. So let me find the. Okay, so I will put that in the chat here. I would love to see you in and please also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Currently, we don't have any subscriber because our YouTube channel is so new and trying to produce more content for YouTube potentially. So that way we will provide more trainings for more videos and more, more different events potentially that for the people to participate. So let me find the live training that we did yesterday, and I will share the replay in the chat. So for those of you that are interested, you can also find our panel discussion that we have done yesterday as well. So we still have a few minutes here. I'm kind of running out of topic to talk about. Let's see what else do I have going on besides expanding into brick and mortar store and expanding into Japan. I think those are the main things I'm working on. Um, but if I can think of anything else. Oh, the other things I'm really working on is also creating more content for YouTube. So please let me know what kind of thing you want to learn and what kind of things that you are struggling with the most right now in your e-commerce journey. Comment in the chat, comment in the live stream right now, and let me know what kind of content do you want to see my team to produce as we're putting together a lot of educational content this year with our new YouTube channel, which is still growing. Actually, it's still we still have no subscriber for the YouTube channel yet. So I really want to grow the YouTube side of the thing for the agency this year by providing a lot of the free educational content that will be meaningful for our audience, meaningful for the subscribers, and we're also trying to be more consistent with our content creation. That's why we're hiring a content or video editor right now to help us work on that. But if you have any question, any content that you want us to produce, please let me know in the replays, let me know in the comment here, so my team and I can work on producing the best content for you and for your businesses, uh, wherever it depends on how far of the journey you are. And while I still have a few minutes here as well, wrapping this thing up, I also want to share something just from my personal life. Actually, it's a big milestone for me. So 2 days ago was my. Let me share my screen here. and I can explain. So 2 days ago, it was actually my 1 year anniversary of leaving my day job. So for me, it's really a big deal because so I can just share my Facebook post here and explain. So February 2028, 2023 was my 1 year anniversary of quitting my day job. You feel like it's much longer than a year. You feel like it's a lifetime away already when I was working in my corporate career that I hated so much. I wasn't passionate about my work, the career I have, despite of the income I was making. I was making like a six-figure income, but the job, the career that I was having just doesn't fulfill my soul. So that's why I was working on my e-commerce business for so many years, trying to find a way out of the rat race. But I'm happy to say 1 year later, now I'm really living. So this is a post I did on Facebook, which I can also share this, and I can stop this scene so you can see it better. Or you guys can share this. Okay, so so right now, I feel like I'm really living the life I want to be living, which is EOS life. And the definition of my definition of EOS life is I love what I'm doing every day. I love the people I'm working with, and I also are working with people I really enjoy, and I just want to give a huge shout out to my team at SellerFuel and Marketing. I love everyone I'm working with, and also I feel like I'm also making a huge difference in other people's lives through a lot of nonprofit partnerships we have. So big shout out to Julie and Maha from Culture City. Uh, Shout out to David from 21st Century Dad Foundation. There's a lot of different nonprofit that we also partner with this organization. And I'm, of course, I'm also being compensated accordingly. Hence, that's why I bought a new house. And I still have time for other passions. I play tennis every single week, and I travel. I love and I really enjoy travel. And this summer, I'll be visiting 5 different countries in Asia during the summer. I'll be in Japan for a week. I'm going to China. I'm actually going to three cities in China. I'm going to Shanghai, Xiamen, and Guangdong. So I'm visiting 3 cities in China, and I'm going back to Taiwan for a week. I'm from Taiwan originally, but haven't went back for many years. I think the last time I was there was 9 years ago, I think. And I will be also visiting Philippines as well. So for the Philippine trip, we'll be having. Let me share my screen here. Going to be having our company retreat in a five-star resort. It's all-inclusive resort that have basketball, tennis court, barbecues, and all the fancy stuff. It's all inclusive, including breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we're gonna just have fun. And I haven't met with my team for the past 2 years because of the COVID. So it's also a wonderful opportunity for me to bond with my team, to get to know them, to finally see them in person again after so many years working. Some team members have been working for me for so many years, but I have never met them in person. So this will be a very. I'm really looking forward to this event that we're having in Philippines with my team. And I'm also very thankful and thankful for the universe for giving me the opportunity to serve and live a true fulfilling life. And this allowed me to find my calling in my life, which is I want to impact and change over 1 million lives of family affected by special needs. I'm going to continue working on this goal, this mission, really until the day I die, because this is my calling. I especially want to help the families back in Asia, like ours, that have kids with special needs, but don't know where to go for help or just couldn't find the, the help. So that is something I'm really passionate about, and this is something I really want to do for the rest of my life is to give back to the community that means so much to me, to my family, and to everyone I love. So that's it. That's all the update I want to share. This is Saturday morning, and hopefully next week it will be more than just me talking, and we actually have a few person that want to join the live stream with me. And I just see another person that joined the live stream. Please comment below on where you're tuning in from, wherever you are tuning in from or you're watching from. I'm tuning in and broadcasting today from a coffee shop here in Phoenix, Arizona. If you want to join me every single Saturday morning, I'm doing this new virtual slash hybrid social networking event every single Saturday. So feel free to join me either virtually or in person here in Phoenix, Arizona. We'll post more information in our Facebook group for those of you that want to join us every single Saturdays, either for virtually or in person. We'll give you a location if you can meet me in person. If you couldn't join me in person, we'll also provide a link to our virtual chat room so you can join us virtually as well. Thank you so much for this wonderful Saturday, and hopefully everyone have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you again next Saturday. Thank you so much.